Hello, this is a short introduction into the WATCO Resiflow. The water-based epoxy resin screed goes down between 1 to 2 millimeters thick. Being water-based, the application temperature is very important. The air temperature will need to be above 10 degrees because the floor temperature will generally be a lot lower and could cause problems with the evaporation of the water. When applying Resiflow, mentioned 2 millimeter thickness, any thicker than that can cause problems by entrapping the water, causing the surface to crack and the underside to remain soft. It's an epoxy resin, 3-component system. So we have the resin, the clear, fairly thick part, the coloured curing agent, and then the powder additive. It's very, very important that these components are thoroughly mixed together. Firstly, the resin and the curing agent should be thoroughly mixed with an electric drill and a mixing blade, followed by the powder being added and then thoroughly mixed for a further 10 to 20 minutes. There are two problems that can happen if the components aren't mixed thoroughly. If the resin and the curing agent aren't properly mixed, then that can lead to having slightly a tacky finish throughout that may never cure off. If the powder isn't mixed thoroughly throughout, then it can lead to having an inconsistent finish within the Resiflow, having evident powder clumps throughout. When mixed properly and the instructions are followed, which is very, very easy, you will end up with a hard-wearing, very attractive surface. Okay, so now we are going to actually mix the Resiflow. Okay, we have the clear resin and then the coloured curing agent. It's very, very important that the curing agent is thoroughly mixed before the resin is added. You can see there's a lot of settlement there, and that needs to be thoroughly mixed up again. We also have the bag of powder, which will need to be added at a later stage. Okay, so here I'm just making sure that there's no settlement on the bottom, giving it a thorough stir. This is a WATCO mixing stick, which can be used. The preferable option though would be to use a powered drill. It's important to work it around the sides and the base to make sure that everything is lifted back up into the solution. Okay, that's a nice uniform colour now, so we will decant that into the big tub. And here we have the clear resin. Added to the curing agent. It's important that you let this thoroughly drain out. Now it's important to give this at least between 2 to 4 minutes mixing before the powder is added. this stage, then it's good to have two people, one to slowly add the powder while he can continue to mix. Okay, being water-based, you can mix this for a long time. I would suggest 10 to 20 minutes of thorough mixing. Okay, that's thoroughly mixed now. Very important to apply it to a sound substrate. Can go on to very strong, non-dusty concrete, or even very well bonded paint as we have here. It just ensures that because the product is so strong, it does have a little bit of pull on the surface, that it doesn't actually lift the surface up with a layer of dust or weak concrete stuck to the back of it. Okay, it's important to make sure that it's no thicker than 2 millimeters thick. As you can see, very easy to smooth out with a trowel, but as you can see, there are certain air bubbles developing, so it's very important now to use a spiked roller to remove those air bubbles. It's fairly self-smoothing, so it will take out minor imperfections by itself. It's important not to spike roller for too long, as it is fairly self-healing and minor imperfections will disappear. If you do spike roller for too long, then it will leave an orange peel effect and show minor imperfections as well. As you can see, very easy product to mix and apply. Just ensure that the concrete or the base is sound. The temperature is above 10 degrees C. The actual mixing is carried out thoroughly, and the thickness in which the product is applied is no more than 2 millimeters in one go. At the moment, it does appear nice and glossy. As it cures overnight and the water evaporates, it will leave a nice satin finish.